Um, Hi, how are you,
Hey,
Weber? How are you?
good. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I know you are wicked busy with kiddos and pod, which is what we'll
Yep,
be talking
all,
about.
all
Pod,
happening.
all that good stuff. So thank you. We're all working out of the homes trying to figure this social distancing out. And I thought and not only do I love seeing your face, I miss you guys, but your pod venture, your new social network app is so relevant right now.
Yes, thank
So
you.
this is why we're here. So everyone, I'm Karina Pacific with Douglas Elliman Real Estate in Manhattan Beach. I do real estate in Greater Los Angeles, all the way from the Valley, Burbank, down to Long Beach, mostly the beach cities, but I do know LA pretty well. Um, Here's my friend and amazing client, Dr. Joe Weber.
Hi,
Uh,
everyone.
so Joe, I really thought of Joe to talk, particularly during this time, so social distancing, because your app is so relevant. And who knew, right? When you were in the process of developing this, and it's just so important for how we're having to live our life right now with social distancing. Um, but I'm going to do a little intro about you, which is very impressive. Dr.
Lies.
What's they're not live. You would not put them
Lies.
on the internet. They're true and true. So Dr. Joe Weber is the CEO and founder of Pod, a new social network that wants the user to expand and diversify their network based on shared interest and proximity through AI technology. Pod also facilitates both in-person and video meetings, which is really what we're all doing and what is needed to continue our lives and business, right? The proximity part is really appealing to me because it's just with social distancing and just kind of being sequestered to our homes or one place. So you'll have to expand on that. Also, this is where the good stuff comes in about you, which I didn't know, and I'm really thoroughly impressed. Dr. Joe Weber has a degree in chemistry and a PhD in quantum physics. Joe Weber has authored 7 patents in the US and international markets. You have led 5 technology companies as CEO and has directly led 6 merger and acquisition events with both public and private entities. You've done just a little bit. Wow. Um,
Yep.
Joe, yeah, you've been busy. You have also served on the board of 13 companies in the public, private, and nonprofit sector. Joe was named in 2014 was named Technology Woman of the Year by the International Business Awards Group. And in 2017, you were invited to become a fellow of Honman organization.
Honeymoon.
Honeyman,
Honeymoon.
perfect organization, a group dedicated to research in cybersecurity. And you retain that role right now.
Yeah.
Also, Dr. Weber is a fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry and is a chartered chemist. I'd like to finish off my intro with your philosophy because I do appreciate it. Joe's philosophy is that software should provide simple and elegant solutions to complex problems, and she strives to instill that ideal in all her companies. I love that, and that really speaks to Pod and what it looks like. And so it really
Yeah.
tell us.
I think, well, going way back into the past, when I was doing my PhD, I was running calculations that Albert Einstein thought would never be achievable. So he calculated that each one of the calculations I was running would take 4-man lifetimes to calculate. And at the time, there was no computers, so he didn't foresee being able to use a computerized system to do this. So he thought we would never solve these calculations. And then there I was using a VAX supercomputer, a VAX 4300 and a Cray supercomputer out of London. And my calculations would take 4 days to run on this VAX. It would use up all of the power of the VAX. The university would just do a halt when I was running my calculations because they were so intensive.
Wow.
But that was back in the day where software was really quite hard to use. People were scared of going to use a program or trying to code because it was just so complex. So they'd taken a complex problem and made it even more complex. And I think the software technologies, the things that people use and are passionate about, things like Instagram, are just so simple. And, you know, if you think about the process of what they do, taking photos and putting them out there, allowing people to communicate, allowing people to like, there's quite a few different ways that could have been designed. But I do think Instagram, those folks hit it out of the park in terms of giving us software that was pleasurable to use.
Right. It is. It is. And we have adapted to it so easily because it makes our lives so much better, easier. We feel connected. And I mean, there's so much that comes out of there: commerce, connections, relationships, all kinds of things. So tell us more about Pod and like where that idea came from, because it's different than most social networking apps out there. And you expand on the proximity part of it. Like I've been able to use it at the airport or at car wash and see who's around me that's in the network that I may use, which I've done with a graphic artist person that I needed. I needed a quick little content manager, and you can kind of see who's around you. And I'm very much a word of mouth kind of person, or whoever's close in the neighborhood, or you want to, you know, do business with local, but you can expand it to your neighborhood. Who's in my neighbor that in my proximity at home that I can sort of work with. So yeah, share.
So I think the best way to explain it is for me to give you a visual. So if you're okay, Karina, I'm just going to share my screen.
I don't need to do anything, right?
Look, just stay still. Right. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you see the?
I can. Yeah.
Yep. So this is a picture of my phone right now. So I am at home. You can see me here. This is where I live.
Okay.
And around me, one of the things that we're seeing a big use case at the moment is restaurants who are open during this time are marking themselves open. And we're also seeing, if I click on one of these red crosses, we're seeing people who have needs around COVID-19 being able to put out what their needs are. And then other people are coming in, looking at what is needed and responding, communicating and dropping off masks and various other things.
That's amazing.
So it's pretty cool. We also show some of the testing centers where you can actually go and get a test, drive through COVID-19 testing. So this really, you know, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, this wasn't there.
Yeah.
What we're seeing is kind of ingenious, I think, and really fun how we're seeing people use our technology. I think by now most people get a sense that, you know, this is really a technology. It's all about groups and events and people.
Yeah.
On the map, let's say I was looking for, you know, somebody in real estate.
Okay.
Who we get. And you can type in, as you know, Karina, you can type in anything here: photographer, graphic designer, anything you're looking for. And then it filters, and I can see I'm having to go out a little bit, but these are the real estate people in the area. If I want to get more information on any one of these, and I'm going to click on Karina because you're my favorite, there you are. I can see information about you. And I can drill down and get more information on you. You haven't got any homes listed at the moment, but if you had, Karina, I could see any open houses that you had listed on, or just houses that you have. Let's look at somebody else. I'm not sure who we're going to find. I don't know if you know this person.
I do not.
Okay. So I mean, that's a bit of how it works. And then once you've found somebody, like, you know, I find Karina, at this point, I could just send her a message. You should have just got a greeting message from me.
I did.
Yeah. And, you know, if you respond, then you and I can get into, you know, more of a chat situation.
Perfect.
And it allows us to stay in touch. Now, these chats, you know, they can be just between a number of people. They can be between a group. This one here is see what's on here. This is a different chat. It's got a little bit more information on it. I can share it and get people to join.
Okay. Well, I love that. The events in there.
Yeah, so the events, there's not a lot at the moment, right? With COVID-19 ravaging us, there's not too many events that we're seeing on the map, but people are using it. I wonder if there's any video events around here. People are using it to post video events.
So what I noticed is that I got a little notification that Joe Weber viewed my profile. So that's interesting to see.
Right.
On that was really quick. Like that was an instant moment, right?
Yeah. So we think it's important. Maybe I look at your profile, but I don't do anything. Well, you can see that. So I'm just going over to the other coast just to show you how. It's the whole of the US. It's not just our area.
How many users do you have now?
We have about 5 million. It's in over 200 countries. It's about 2.5 million in America using it right now.
And what's the feedback you're getting?
It's an exciting time. It's a crazy time because we're all at home. The kids are at home. It's very hectic. But for us as a business, we've got a lot of interest. We've got a major university who's going to be standing this system up pretty quickly. What they're using it for is, if you could imagine, at university, it's all about trying to meet people. And the way people feel good about a university or connected is through the community.
Right.
So this tool is a community builder. So what it's allowing them to do is for students to be able to quickly see events that are going on, whether it's university-sponsored events, they're all on the map, but it also might be just, hey, I'm a first year and I'm looking for, is there anyone who's done chemistry in first year that would be happy to talk to me? I've got some problems here. Or maybe I'm looking for a study group. Let's have a look at, we cover Krebs cycle. How many people know about Krebs cycle? Let's get a group together so we can work together. Or maybe I'm trying to do something better in athletics. I'm trying to break through a certain barrier. Is there anybody out there, alumni or other students, that can help me with this challenge? And just helping people connect. Because one of the things, I'm going to switch off this for a minute now.
Before you go there, no, it's okay. What I love about the app is that you can turn on and off your location.
Right.
Like it's right there in the front page, because sometimes you don't always want to be seen, right?
Yeah.
You want a little privacy.
Yeah. So as a student, if you're on campus and you're happy to meet with people, or maybe you're at an airport and you've got a bit of time to kill, you might be able to find somebody who is from your same school, and you could catch up and go and watch a game. This is back in the day, right? We will be back there again.
Right.
So I think, it gives you that capability. And then, as you say, if you don't want to be found, you can just turn yourself off, and you become. And you can also, one of the things that's kind of cool is you can have different groups and be members of different groups. So, for instance, I could be a member of my university group. I could also have my own family group, and I could have a soccer team group. And I can say I'm visible to my family, but not to the others.
Interesting.
It gives you quite a level of control there.
How would, because I'm thinking obviously selfishly, in the two areas of my life that I would use it the most, which would be, say, real estate, obviously, and for my colleagues that are within, and then also nonprofits. So how would I use it as a professional and my colleagues, like the photographers or the stagers and what have you?
I think the big thing is discovery, right? You want to be discovered.
Yeah.
Screen just. So, the big thing is being discovered. So within the system, you put in information about yourself, and you can determine, sorry, she's asking me. I think it's disappeared off your screen, hasn't it, for now? Let's just pull it back up. So when you put in your profile and your information, you can determine really how much or how little you want to put in about yourself. So some people maybe looking for somebody, maybe looking for a real estate agent. They might put in a little information about themselves, but somebody else might put in more detailed information. So here you can see I list all my interests. So this would mean anybody typing in skiing, for instance, in our area, I would come up as somebody interested in skiing. So it's not just, it's not just your professional interests. It's
Person.
also
Okay.
your personal ones.
So when people search on the top, when you search real estate, they're really searching for those interests.
Yes, those
Okay.
tags. So
Okay.
in your case, your non-profits, you might want to list them here. Or,
Okay.
and, I'm on the board of Redondo Ballet, so I probably should have Redondo Ballet. So I would just add a tag. Sorry, guys, if you're watching. I don't know why I haven't got it.
That's how we learn.
Yeah. So I'd put Redondo Ballet, and then I would be found both on Ballet and on Redondo Ballet.
Ah, perfect.
Right.
Any other, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then, down here, this is what you don't have, but you can attach anything to your profile. So on your profile, when somebody looks at your profile, they get to see any attachments. So this is where you could put in items, in the real estate, I guess, yeah, I'm sorry about this. It keeps asking me if I trust the computer.
So that's where somebody would put the resume, maybe,
Yeah,
or
we could put a resume. We're thinking particularly for the university students. That's where they'll be putting.
for me, I would put sort of pictures of the homes you've invested in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Or that I've sold and what have you. Okay, that makes sense. I really do need to explore a little bit more with it.
I'm going to drop off this because I've got just a flaky connection with it. With my computer.
So it is on the Apple Store as Pod, right?
Yeah.
OD.
Pod or Pod Network.
Pod Network. Yeah, you guys have really added a lot of different features.
Yeah, I think so. We're finding its use now in many different areas. So if you put in Pod, let's see, whereas they change all the time.
Yeah,
there we are.
Yeah, there you are. So you're coming up a lot.
Look for the blue, right? If you see blue,
yeah,
it's us.
I love the hat. Very, very nice. Let me see. Make America meet again. Yes, please.
All right. So yeah, I mean, as I say, right now our meetings are taking place like this one, via video, and we have full integrated video in Pod. So if you set up a group in Pod,
right.
You can then just say, all right, let's have a video meeting. If I thought about this, Karina, I'd have planned this and told Chris to be ready. But if I check him in, he may. Those guys may be in their pajamas by now on the East Coast, so I probably shouldn't do that. How
many people can you put in the video chat?
What we do is we work with Google on this, and I think they support up to 250 in a single chat.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, wow. So it can be pretty big. It can be a pretty big group.
That's amazing. Okay. Anything else that I may not know about? Because you guys you've done a lot of updates.
Well, I know you were looking at some software that was doing a virtual open house.
Yeah.
And you can just put those links into your profile, and then if somebody's looking at your profile, they can click, and just see any of the links you share, and it will take them into that virtual. I've forgotten the name of it. I tried it, and it did work.
Wasn't it pretty cool? And that's what we have to do. Just kind of pivot. I mean, that's been around for a while. It just now needed to.
You need it, yeah. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But with this product, you can put it straight on the map. So you could actually set up an event, which was an open house. I apologize, I should have set some things up for you. I didn't.
No worries.
You could set up open houses, and then people could just click on them, and then if you'd have that link and click on that, and it would take them into that application to show the full open house.
Would I put that on the folder public card?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly where you put it.
Okay. And you,
Or, I mean, actually, sorry, Karina, two different ways. You could put it on your profile card so it's attached to you, but you could also drop an event on the map. So here,
oh,
sorry about this thing, but here, this is where, you know, this is going to go into your book. Like, picture of a dog. Put a picture. Everyone likes dogs, right? So we'll put a picture of a dog up. But this could be your open house. A description could be the address. You know.
and you guys added tutorials to kind of to take advantage of the different features, right?
We need to, yeah. We've my daughter actually has been learning something called Toonly, which is a tool for this. So and she's going to help us build something because we're still a small company relative. So just trying to set all of this up.
Such a rock star.
So this is, you know, you can put your event wherever. There's open houses. Just stick it by Olive Garden.
There's so many great things here. Oh my gosh, cat lover group.
And then now you can share it.
Okay.
You know, you can share it with your friends or just put it on the map and let people discover it.
Well, this is so helpful and so relevant. I mean, I'm sure you have captured lots of new users because it's just because of current times of not being able to connect face to face.
Yep.
I've been using it as I walk around the neighborhood and see who my neighbors are and what they do, how I could network with them. So when we get out of this, there's going to be a lot more connections.
That's the idea, right?
We're going to have to make up for lost time.
Yeah.
Well, this is so great. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. I think, you know, it's a free product. We'd love people to use it. We've got 5 million people using it. You're going to find somebody on there that you have something in common with, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, please sign up. Bring your family. I think it's a great tool for keeping families together. We've had a couple of use cases recently, which I thought was very interesting, where one or two of the family members are on the front line, and my cousin is as well. She's a nurse on a COVID ward, and it allows the other family members, because when you join a group, they can see where everybody is at any time.
Ooh, that's really good.
So yeah, you just give that permission to that group, and now anyone in that family group can see where I am.
And you guys thought about that pretty quickly as far as you making updating to cater around COVID, you know, having the locations there and facilities. That is really.
I mean, it was really just a standard use of the map. You know, it was just a standard thing for us.
Right. Well, gosh, I can't wait to play with it more. And good for you. Congrats on the launch. And you are just expanding how to use it, where to use it, how to maximize it.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see, you know, we'll probably be quiet. May's going to be quiet because we're bringing up this major university.
Right.
And we've also got another potential application for it, which is pretty huge, which is if you think about students all over America and the skill set they have, and then at the other hand of it, you've got industry looking for these skill sets. How do we connect industry with the students and the skill sets? And we believe this tool can be used to help do that.
Definitely, especially they're so friendly to new apps and technology that is cool and it looks.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you for your time, Joe.
Thank you. I'll put my one last plug on.
That's a good one. One in your shirt. I do love the logo. It was well done. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Say hi to the family.
I will do.
Everybody, POD network on your phone, on Android, everything, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, and have a good weekend.
Thanks, Karina. Take care.
Thanks, love.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.